My name is Janelle Tinsley, and this is my teaching dispositions. I'm a firm believer that setting high expectations for students will ultimately challenge the way they think, the way that they look at the world, the way that they view themselves. If they have a better understanding of their own strengths and their weaknesses, we together with the students can find a way to get them from where they are and meeting the goals that they plan to reach. When building relationships with students, I'm a firm believer that honesty is the best policy. Being very transparent and upfront about your expectations for them and their expectations of you as a teacher, it is important to make it clear about what it is that you mean when you say the things that you're asking of them during class work time or during different assignments. Um, Being honest about their progress and what they will need to do to accomplish the goals that they want to achieve. One of the most challenging and important aspects of a successful teacher is having compassion and understanding that some students may be going through things that we may not have no idea about. A lot of our students, when they come to school, they are faced with many obstacles before they come through the door, and even when they leave, they're dealing with things. So being compassionate and giving opportunities and room for them to grow and to learn from their mistakes, I feel like will benefit both the relationship between the student and the teacher as well as the family that's involved. Another one of the most important aspects of being a successful teacher is understanding that you are the voice. For most of the students, especially for special education, you must advocate for your students and teach the parents to advocate for their child. Initially, they are their main advocates. Um, I believe that that's something that I've possessed. I've worked in a position of as an advocate counselor for many students and walking them through the process of the things that they need to graduate. And I believe it takes a village to make sure that the success of each child in the school. I also believe that to be an educator, you must have dedication to your career. It's more than just a job because you are leading the lives of others who will then lead lives of other people as well. We are preparing future doctors, aviation, lawyers, scientists, mathematicians, and we must in our own professional conduct as well lead by example when we're teaching our students. So for myself, um, continuing my master's degree and pushing myself to get through this program, I will reflect upon this and utilize all the skills and the things that I've learned into practice when I'm teaching my students. Although I possess many of the dispositions that I feel are important already, there are a couple of dispositions that I feel that I could use some extra help and refining on, especially when it comes to reflection. I'm good with sitting down and thinking about the things that I've done in the lesson and why I chose to do those things, but I want to delve in deeper into figuring out now after I reflect upon a lesson, how do I use the information to then guide me to future lessons. Position that I feel that I can challenge myself to be better on is establishing consistent environment of establishing rules and regulations. I want to be fair across the board and making sure that everyone is getting the appropriate and equal amount of attention that each student needs. I believe with professional development and growth in time that is something that I will eventually perfect. One who is very knowledgeable and takes pride in their appearance and their work ethics. They behave as leaders and they lead by example because they know they have impressionable minds that they're around every day. Professional educators know how to conduct themselves when they're faced with challenges or conflicts when it comes to students and parents. The INTAC standard number 9, professional learning and ethical practice, is a standard that encourages teachers to do a lot of self-reflection and professional development, which ultimately guides the way teachers think and their decisions that they make based on the needs of their learners in their classroom.